Yo, what's going on? Streaming. Hope I'm streaming. Gotta go web page here. Make sure we streaming. There we go. All right, we live streaming right now. Cool, cool, cool. All right, that's a bit. That's all I need to know right there. All right, so what's going on, man? Turn my volume up just a little bit. Give me ears. Okay, cool. So today we got a mixing session, but before we get in there, man, 2 weeks of backup I've been dealing with. My interface first went out. My beloved PreSonus 2 Studio 192 interface went out. Decided to do a firmware update automatically, and it gave me a bad virus, and my interface will not connect to my PC at all. So I was in the rigmarole of trying to find another interface. Well, found one. Finally, a UAD person. Yeah, I'm a UAD Apollo owner, which is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I got the Apollo Twin. I don't have the big rack mount, Apollo Quad, Apollo Octo. But I got the Duo, Apollo Twin Duo, so it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Did my first recording on it, and a lot of depth with the recording. Very clear, a lot of bottom. Easy on the highs, it's not too brittle. Overall, pretty good. I'm not too big on the UAD plugins because they shit. But you know, so far so good. And then the week after, I caught the flu, and I had the flu for almost 6-7 days. Flu type B. So it's all good in the neighborhood and stuff like that, man. So you know what I'm saying, we gonna keep it rocking like that, bro. But see, we live on YouTube so far, so I'm gonna just take this link and got 2 people watching. Yay. All right. Oh, okay, full grown. All right, I'm about to chat it up with my player partner, full grown. Acting brand new, man. And seeing a lot of people on YouTube live streaming and everything like that, and it's pretty cool. I was waiting a while till the technology kind of sink in. It's made public, and you could do a little bit more, and you can it's a whole lot easier. So this is awesome. So I figured out how to show the plugins on OBS, and I'm just gonna do a little test run right quick. All right, I see one plugin. And cool. All right, so that's set up, man. We ready to rock and roll. So I got a I got that flu type B. I was out. I didn't have any energy to sit down, so I'm backed up on a lot of stuff, a lot. So I got a lot of catching up. But I have a Caribbean type of track right here, and kind of like play through it. And let me adjust something right quick. So I'm just gonna kind of like play through it, make sure that I do all the levels on the instruments and everything like that, and then just show you how I just chop this off and all this other stuff. So we're gonna get rid of that mixing window in Studio One, and everything in gold are the vocals, and we're just gonna basically chop everything off. Not everything, but each section. That way I can save on my disk drive while it's on playback, and we don't run into any disk errors as far as the computer running out of memory. That's why everybody asks you about memory, or you get a computer with memory, because the computer is trying to read back that information in real time. And but we good on this end, 16 gigs, man. You know what I'm saying? So we all good. So y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and chop off all this nonsense that's not even needed here. And a lot of people record in Pro Tools, and I try to tell them, give me the WAV files. And this is what I mean when I say WAV files. And as you see, when I get the WAV files, I can do what I want with them, and I don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, putting things here and there. I leave that to you and your engineer or producer, and I just go in, I cut what I need to cut, and I start mixing. It saves a lot of time on both parties. It's just something that a lot of people do when they doing a lot of collaboration and they have other folks mixing their stuff or whatnot. So this is like the easiest way to do things when you're getting your stuff sent off for mixing and mastering. And all the instruments I leave like this. These other 4 were, I guess, Fruity Loop track outs, because Fruity Loop is infamous about the current wave and then the master wave. So this Caribbean track was produced in Fruity Loops. So that's pretty cool right there. I'm still live streaming, so that's good. I gotta check it every now and then. Let's see. All right, cool. All right. So moving on, man. So let me get back here. All right, so let's hear some audio. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with the instruments. You kind of gotta, like, before you mix the vocals, you have to get into a vibe. So we're gonna play around, get these vocals, get the instruments jiving right, and see where we take it from there. So when you get these track outs, it's always gonna be that one instrument that's gonna stick out. And this organ, track 28, it's gotta come down. So we're gonna find that on the console and turn that down.
As she see me, she put.
And we got these little, let's see here. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those timbales, or what they call those things, those metal things that they be playing with the mallet. My brain is gone right now. But we need to turn that down.
As she see me, she pulling on my chucky.
There you go, right there. First track up.
And I squeeze in the pocket.
I'll find that. I'm gonna turn those bad boys down because they hella loud, man. Hella loud.
And she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey.
And let's do this. Let's just bring everything down to 0. Let's do that. And if you're not familiar with that, that's an old school mixing tip right there. Bring all your faders down to 0 and just start mixing, bringing up what you need, try to find that groove. So we're gonna look at and I'm gonna let's go ahead and then put window first. All right, cool. That way I can bring all these green tracks. All right, so we're gonna start with this Caribbean little deal, and we're gonna find a little section, a loop with everything in there, and I think 17 to 33 is gonna be it. So gonna loop that right there.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey.
So let's go.
Till the first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket.
Take it off.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my.
So we got the bass, kick bass in there, but I may move that out. So we're gonna bring in that sub bass because that's like another high energy type track. Let's bring that in.
My jockey, I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and.
So let's take a listen to that sub. So the sub is just there to add that foundation, that big bottom to the energy of the track. It's really not doing anything merciful. So that's probably gonna get sidechain so that kick can cut through. So here we go again.
I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball, she rise. As she see me, she pulling.
So you hear the kick and the sub right there, right? See how that sub is drowning out the kick, so we definitely gonna have to side chain that right there. If you don't know how to side chain in not Pro Tools, Lord have mercy, Studio One, I'm gonna show you how to do that right there. All right, so let's get back to it.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on her.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is gonna bring in this organ sound, which is the most annoying thing in this track. I'm not big on Caribbean, so this is a challenge for me. I don't mix a lot of this music, but it's gonna be one first time for everything, goddammit. So here we go.
Rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night.
All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we got a muted bass, so I'm kind of curious to see what that is right there. So let's bring that up.
I go fuck it up. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket.
I like that. It's too much reverb on that, so I may have to de-reverb that particular track. Let's take a listen to that solo again. Hey, hey. I don't know. I may have to loop still. Oh man. For my productions, I like that loop. Anyway, for a bass sound that's too much reverb, to be honest with you, it takes away the energy of what the instrument is really doing. So if you're a producer and you're checking this out, or a beat maker, reverb is good on a bass type sound, but you want to use just a like butter on toast type of reverb. And what I mean by that is you don't want to apply this much reverb because you're just drowning out all the energy. So we may have to put some secret sauce, some secret mixing engineering sauce on that.
Until the first night, I go cock it up.
All right, so we got that established, and that's really killing me. So I'm gonna have to mess with that right now. So if I have it. And the way my plugins are configured, it just gonna throw a monkey wrench in every goddamn. But we're gonna see what we could do. All right. So we're gonna have to de-reverb that, and I have this plugin, and we'll see if this will do. It's gonna throw off everything, and I'm gonna have to bounce and mix that down. Excuse me. Sipping on some Moscato. So a little bubbly, but it's all good. Let me find something that I need right quick for you guys from myself. Right quick. For a second. All right. So
then I squeeze in.
This is called a deverb. Hence, it'll take away some of the reverb. So we're gonna deverb this particular instrument. So let's do that right quick. All right, cool. So that sound right there is pretty good. So we're gonna transform this to a rendered audio, because I have two sets of plugin alliance plugins. So I have two different licenses, and for some reason one will kick out the other. So I have to do it in a rendered audio way. So Let me make sure I'm good on this sound before I commit to rendered audio.
Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up.
Now you see how that bass really cuts through now? So that's what you're really looking for. You want that bass to cut through. So now we can do what we want. We got the right amount of reverb in there.
Then I squeeze.
Still a little bit too much in there. But that's gonna have to do. It's better than this right here. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
On the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey.
So we just there for the rhythm part of it. So yeah, let's transform this particular track to rendered audio. Preserve everything, audio tails and everything. Hit OK. And what Studio One does is it in real time transforms that bass sound and changes it. So now you see the reverb amount decrease, and we got a new waveform here. All right, let me check this out. I'm still streaming. All right, cool.
I tell her first night.
And I'm still got audio. All right, straight. All right, so we're gonna continue rocking on with what we got. And let's see here. All right, so
I go fuck it up.
Oops. Let's see what this is right here.
As she see.
Not getting anything because I don't have it turned up. Let's see what this is.
And she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket. And she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket. And she.
I'm gonna say that for later. Trying to get the groove of everything.
She ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. First night, I go fuck it up. Then
all right, so let's see what we got next. All right, so that's pretty much it. So now we got that kick in there. Let's bring in the snare and the clap. So the snare and the clap, it's gonna be, that is the clap right there. So the snare has to be.
I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey.
There we go. That's that Caribbean snare. It's an 808. Oh, breaking it down. If you don't know Caribbean, it's a good little deal. 808 snare. That must be the signature.
And she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey.
So we're bringing up the 808 and the clap.
I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pullin' on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket.
I don't know about y'all, but all these vocals gotta get muted. I'm sorry. Okay, something on the jockey. All right. All right. Just make sure I'm streaming it still. All right, cool. We still there. Let me check out live streaming. All right, so cool. Yeah, we still rocking and rolling. All right, so yeah, we had to mute that guy. All right, we got the feel for it now. Alright, so we got that snare, clap. Let's get on to the fun stuff. So now we're starting to add the rhythm into the deal. So we're gonna add that triangle. Alright. Here it is. Alright, so let's start panning some of this stuff. Bit too much, too far to the left, so I'm gonna bring that back in. there. Now I'm hearing something with that bass. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pan that bass just a little bit. So this is where psychoacoustics and the binaural of your listening has to. You have to trick your mind on if it got to go left or it's got to go right. All right, so when you listen to this, right, see, some doggone thing. It's gonna throw everything off. All right, so I guess we still rocking and rolling. All right, yeah, all right, cool. So y'all still rocking and rolling with me in this. All right, so with your binary, when you're listening to a bass like this, the reverb is pulling you left to right, but you gotta really kind of like hear where the upper frequencies are. And where are those pulling you in your head? So that's what I'm gonna be looking for as far as where I'm gonna pan this particular bass track. So right now my ears are telling me go to the right just a little bit. It's still a bass sound, so we want to stay close to the center. So we're gonna just offset it off the center, that way it gives a little room for the low energy of the track. And sometimes when you make that little adjustment, a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, that instrument will cut through. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna move on to, let's see what we got else in line. Right here, it's a perk. What y'all know about them perks? What y'all know about them perks, man? Them perks. Percussion, if you don't know. Alright, so the hell? Wait a minute. Y'all heard what I heard? Let's see. I know Caribbean music be having some weird stuff in it, but that right there, that's the first right there. That's definitely gonna have to be like, I'm gonna have to fit that in there some way, somehow. So I think I'm gonna pan this one all the way to the left. And I'm gonna have to throw it off with a delay. Yeah, that one's gonna have to get delayed, and I'm gonna make the delay move to the right. So, alright, so alright, so that should be good right there. Next item up to bid. Let's see what this is coming up. Oh, we got a little vocal sample. All right, so bring it back, run that loop back. Oh, I see what it's doing now. Yeah. So we're gonna move that to the right. That goes with the effect, that little perk. All right, now it's starting to make sense now. All right, so fix that one more time. So with these little ear candy type sounds, you don't want them to be in your face, but you want them to be heard, but faintly behind the rhythm and the important stuff. All right, just note to self. Listen to it one more time. All right, I like that right there. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we got some hi-hats. Let's get to it. right, let's check the hi-hats in mono to make sure we have the right level. Now we're checking this in mono, and I'm noticing that that bass sound. Need to turn that down. So let's get to that right quick. All right, just that little adjustment. We're gonna go back to stereo. Let me check my hi-hat. All right, let's go back to stereo. Still need the comes up just a tad bit, just a tad bit. All right, right there. What's this one right here? That's another clap. All right, we got some claps to fill in for some upbeats. Alright, so now we got everything up. Seems like my kick is getting lost in the mix. So, four kick. That's it right there. So we're gonna bring that bad boy up. Now, when you're doing this, it's okay to add things that you need to before you start doing compression and EQing and all that other stuff. So that bad boy badly needs some transient designing. So we're gonna look for the smack. Y'all know what the smack is? Smack is that Waves plugin that adds a little transient. And you want to know why that kick is probably not doing what it's supposed to do? It just sucks. Yeah, you see that wave file? Let's look at it. Let's blow that up for you guys right quick. All right, so let's look at this wave file for a second. See that wave file? Yeah, it's been compressed pretty heavily. Or it's one of those kicks that's been sampled about 10 times. Excuse me. It's one of those kicks that's been sampled about 10 times and somebody finally got it in the drum kit. These are the sounds you want to stay away from. They ain't got no life, so I got to add life to it. So poke kick, it ain't doing shit. So let's go ahead and add that plug in right quick, man. We're gonna choose a mono plug-in, which is gonna kind of change the signal path and make this kick from a stereo kick to mono. Bring that signal in a little bit to the middle. Let me make sure y'all can see my plug-in, and y'all can see the plug-in. So we tracking now, baby. All right, cool. So let's add some transient designer. Now, I'm not no pro at this plug-in. I've been using it since it came out, and I just know how to make this motherfucker work. So just rock with me. Don't expect me to be no expert at this. All right, so. Nope. Y'all. Too fat. Too thin. Just right. Too much decay. Starting that decay up. Close. Bring it back. Like that. Feel a groove. Yeah. Let me see. It's wet. Now it's dry. It's wet. Now it's dry. Like that. So just that little bit of difference. I'm not trying to add an audible difference far as what you hear. I'm trying to add that feel. So the kick was lacking a lot of punch in it or whatnot. So that's basically what that kick was missing. It didn't have any punch. It didn't have any life or whatnot. So we just didn't add we didn't add volume, so to speak. We just added the the dynamics to it. All right, so let's get back focused. Now you hear it cut through. I don't give a shit about it being in the red because we're gonna take care of all that, all right? Oh, and for anybody to say anything about it being the red, a little bit of red is all right. You know what I'm saying? It's just one. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? There's ways around that. I could put a limiter behind it and call it a day. So we got a few more instruments to go. Let's decrease our waveforms, our tracks. Let's see what else we're missing. So we got this little deal right here. Let's zoom back out, see what this is. All right, we got the reverse cymbal. That kind of like the little transition sound found a lot in this type music. Yeah, right on the money. Yeah. All right, so that would be cool to add like some automation. Some automation to go across this entire track. So let's get busy. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our automation lanes. We're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, and man, this is gonna be a long little situation right here. May have to break this up right here, part 1, part 2, because I'm not spending all night on this. Yeah, this is gonna be a 2-hour stream. So yeah. Anyway, so let's work fast. All right. We're gonna turn the automation on touch. So that's basically how you would do automation in there. We're gonna do that again. That wasn't perfect. All right, I'm gonna do 8 bars. I guess I'm gonna do 16 bars. I don't like that last one. Let me fix that last one one more time. One more time. Alright, shit. Now I don't know if I like that one or not, bruh. I don't know, Cotton. Let me see. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. Let's see how it plays back. Yeah, I like that. I can dig that. I can dig that shot. All right, codes. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna copy everything right here, and we're gonna go ahead and our cursor right here. And all right, so I'm gonna have to do that like for every 8 fucking bars. Actually 16. Actually, shit. I have to do that. Damn, boy, ain't no easy way around that right there, boy. All right, so y'all just rock with me, and I'm gonna have to just draw this in. I really don't want to. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, let me just... Hey, right, with me jacket. Hey, I'm screaming in my pocket. So that's basically how it's gonna rock. I'm gonna have to draw this in halfway through the song. Oh, these motherfuckers. turn that loop off. Alright. Going on to the next one. 808 actually sounds nice when that bass come out. Yeah. All right, cool. So, basically it. Yeah. So what we're gonna do next is copy all that information, and I'm gonna eyeball this. Put that cursor about right there. That's where that's supposed to go. And blase, blase. That look like that needs to come back. Oh no, you know what? Yeah. All that information. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom in. Make sure I do this right. Part will be my key. Yep. I got it. I'll paste that right there. I'll key it up right here. Hopefully that's the breadwinner right there. And of course it ain't. Shit. Oh man. Anyway, we'll get to that later. I'll worry about all that later. Let's get these instruments fixed in here. All right, so we got the guitar and one more other instrument. We got the brass instrument. So let's bring those brass instruments in here right quick. All right, here they go, brass shots. Need some more weight on those brass shots. So we ain't gonna do nothing right now. Bring a little bit more volume to it. Go back to it right like that. It's not even, so what we're gonna do is gonna throw that pen off just a hair to the right. Bring it to the right a little bit more. There we go, right there. Bring it to the right a little bit more. Alright, there we go. And then what we're gonna do next is bring those guitars in, which is the last part, which is kind of like, I ain't gonna say it's the melody, but it's the part that gets the song done. Alright, so here we go. Real dry, a little room, that's okay. We can clean them up, make them sound a little bit more vintagey, a little more vintage vibe. That's what we're gonna add on there, so that's gonna be pretty cool. All right, here we go. Let's check that in mono. See how the faint those guitars sound? Even though I'm turning them up, they still sound faint, like in the distance, faint. That's because those guitars are spread entirely too much in the stereo realm of the audio spectrum. So when I come out of mono, watch what happens. Producers, beat makers. If you're messing with guitars, be careful about spreading and using a stereo spreader. That's aggravating to me, and that's a pet peeve because I can't fix that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to sit that guitar in the mix now. So I might have to reduce the stereo field on that. It's fixable, but I shouldn't have to do that because that's a common sense move. Why would you spread the guitars that much because you don't do the proper things? So that's why you got to check between mono and stereo in production and mixing it at all times. So if I turn these down right now, now you hear it in mono. Now if that was a car, if that was a home stereo system, if that was the mall, if that was a concert, look how those guitars are sitting. So this is kind of like where, you know, you make a beat, give it to an artist, y'all record that shit, then go straight to the club and put that stuff on the radio, and people can't see what the beat doing. This is the prime example right here. So that's a big no-no. I'm gonna have to fix that, all right? This is god awful. I'm sorry, man. I have to sound like a I hate to sound the way that's just awful, bro. That's just like that don't make no sense, man. Like for real. Lord have mercy. man. That's a serious pet peeve. Oh yeah. Let me have to look for it. Some of these things. Center. Where's that doggone plug-in? There it is. All right, so those sides, we're gonna have to do some work. All right, so what I did was, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put that back. So what I'm doing now, I took a little bit of the high frequencies, made that kind of like in the center, took all the low frequencies, low, high frequencies, you know what I'm saying? Bring all that shit in the center. Bring some of those high frequencies kind of like in the center. And take some of the side information, reducing that. And what you do is, when you go from stereo to mono, I'm trying to hear kind of like the same audible difference. In mono, you're going to lose a little bit. So and I'm going to add a lot of punch on the center. Should be about right there. Ran out of song. That should be right there. So. Still lost in the mix, man. This is crap. Like, oh, bruh. All right, so I'm gonna get off that horse right there, man, because that, man, y'all, now you see the headache of a mixing engineer, and a lot of people want to, man, look, that's why, shit, man, that's why I don't like mixing multi-tracks, but that's just the way of the world. But when you come across this problem, it kind of pisses you off, because that's why I have a thing that if you're gonna get in production, man, this is the type of stuff you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is. I hope this helps everybody when they see this type of example, because this is kind of like, yeah. So if you're playing this back on a mono speaker, I mean, that guitar is shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to definitely pull some rabbits out my goddamn ass for that shit. Alright, so that one's gonna have to use some mid-side EQing. So let's get started on that. Mid-side EQing. Oh, afraid I was stuck. Alright, so with this one right here, we're just gonna go ahead and knock that bullshit out the way, man. Cause that's just some bullshit right there, bro. Alright, so shit. Where we gonna start at? I'm trying to think of my bag of tools here. What I want to do with that. All right, let's go and just pull up one of these bad boys here. They have EQ. Hit balls. Goddamn. Let's see here. I know another EQ that that one has it. Bear with me. These don't. Pro EQ. I think it says Pro EQ. It'll have a mid-side function in there, but it doesn't. The only one I know is the EQ. All right. So the side information. That's it. Ain't that much to choose from. So when you go to that side, gonna thin that out. See how that side information got that boom boom. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they did. I'm gonna smooth that out right there. mono, stereo, mono, stereo. I think that kind of did the trick right there. So. So I'm mixing this in mono right now. Try to match the stereo information. Yep. Back to stereo. So I kind of fixed it, kind of fixed the mid-side balance of it. It's not perfect, but you know what I'm saying, I still hadn't got to my meat and potatoes of the for other instruments as far as plugins and stuff like that. But that'll work right there. That kind of, I couldn't move on without that. Sorry about that. So so let's check that one last sound we had, that brass sound, and bring that up just a little bit. Uh-oh, one more time. Yeah, I wanted to hear it in mono, that way we have a sufficient volume. Now let's hear it in stereo. Yeah. Alright, play it back in stereo. So now this is what you call balancing your mix, and you ain't even started mixing. Multi-tracks, yeah, buddy. It takes a little practice, I ain't gonna lie to you. And we ain't still got down to all of the other nitty-gritty stuff. We still got a lot of stuff to add in here. So let's continue rocking on. I ain't finished yet. All right, let's go. All right, so let's go and add this right here. Throw me in loop for a second. All right, so that's a tambourine that needs to come up. Moving on to the next. Oh, there they go, the toms. Alright, so we're gonna have to move those to the right. There we go. probably have to get it gated. Alright. So with the toms, you want those to be kind of like sitting in the back, you know what I'm saying? Let them catch you off guard, let them scare you just a little bit or whatnot. So that's what we want with the, they call it titty toms. All right, titty toms. Yeah. All right, so that's cool right there. Moving on to the next, we got 2 more instruments. We got them heavy hard strings that you find kind of like in dancehall music. So let's, those are, all right, here we go. Yeah, so we're gonna let those strings sit behind the brass instrument. I'm gonna bring that down just a little bit, pan that to the left just a, yeah, just like that. Bring it down a little bit more. I like the way it's sitting. I can actually bring out the nuances of the, I can bring out the nuances of those strings in the EQ. So I'm gonna leave that like it is and continue moving on. But got one more. The little horn fills. So that's probably gonna need some delay, but I like the sound of it. We're gonna keep it a little natural. All right. Sit it a little bit more. Yeah. I think the delay and the reverbs are gonna throw it back. It's gonna throw it back in the mix of the way it needs to be. But I'm gonna bring it down just a hair. I think we're it. All right, let's bring the vocals in and see how that meshes together now. All right. Yeah. We ain't even started actually mixing yet. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, then she bow when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, then she bow when she rise. She fucking up.
Okay, yeah, he jamming now. It sounded better than what I had with everything in there. So you kind of want to see how that verses with the other instrument tracks. Let's see how rough this sound versus just actually leveling out everything. We're gonna mute that. All right, folks, and let's bring in that one master track and see how that goes together. Yeah, here goes nothing.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up.
I'm sorry. I want to laugh, but I don't want to cry. Folks, look. Ain't no dynamics. None, son. That's just a motherfucking brick all the way across, bruh. That's what you don't want to do, bruh. Look. Let me blow up the wave file. Let me show you something. For an 808 or a bass, I can understand. But for a mix, though, son, look at that. That's straight pavement, boy. Look at that. And the creases in the road. That ain't what you want to do. And obviously, if you hear it, I don't know how they recorded that, but yeah, thank God for mixing engineers, right? Boy.
And I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. She's fucking up the sheets.
All right, so enough for that. I don't have to do that with the vocals, thank God. It's just when you got multi-tracks of instruments and they not properly leveled the way they need to be, this is what you run into. And this is why, this is the part I do not, I repeat, I do not like about mixing. I hate it. Hate fucking with this shit. Never done that shit or whatnot. But it's something you gotta do. And I enjoy doing it. It's just, you know what I'm saying, you see how long it took just to make sure everything is, and minus me talking and other shit like that. So we're going to get into the vocals right now. So I'm not worried about the beat. The beat can kind of get mixed on a later session. I'll probably do that tomorrow for you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get into these vocals, mix the vocals. Plug-in we're going to use for today is going to be the Brainworks BX Console Neve version. They have 3 of them. They have the BX Console E, Console G, and the Console N. The Console E and G is the SSL emulations that they have. Console N is the Neve BXS console, which is a newer Neve console that is one of their newer hybrid digital type of consoles that Neve have. It's it's a rare type of console. You can't find it anywhere. They basically modeled that to the T. They have the BMT or the let me look this up. I don't want to give no wrong information. Hold on one second. I see me typing, trying to get the right information. All right, so it has, yeah, I had it right, the Neve BXS console, which is what it's modeled off of. And they use this technology called what it is when they emulate it. This particular company, they have their own little way of emulation, and they use this technology. I forget what it is. Let me look it up for you guys right quick. And it's pretty cool too. And what they did was they modeled 72 channels. Where is that? They have this thing called this TMT technology. It's a patent pending type of technology, and this stands for Tolerance Modeling Technology. And basically what they do is they model the tolerance of each channel. So every nuance of each particular console channel, from start of the stage, gain staging, or the signal chain of that particular console to the fader, which is the output of the signal chain, gets modeled. So if we go, let me go back to the plugin. If you see, everything starts, not exactly how it lines up, but this section right here at the top with the green knobs, that is your low and high pass filters. This section at the bottom left, all of this right here, kind of like on the left is with the red little knob thingy. That's your expansion and gate section, and compression at that. So that's all the dynamic section. And this whole little thing in the middle is the EQ section. 4-man EQ, real sweet, buttery sweet EQs. I love this for R&B singing type of vocals. Anything but rap. Everything rap is SSL. I use in my studio. Everything rap is SSL. And we got this virtual gain type of deal, so it adds kind of like some of that magic sizzle that you don't hear, kind of like that psychoacoustic type shit. And then you have total harmonic distortion you can add onto that signal as well. And that's kind of like the secret sauce in between these two knobs right here. All right, and then you got a phase inversion button. You can mute the channel. That way, if we play in the back, we can mute the actual audio. And then you have this cool little feature they have right here, and it randomly picks the channel. So, oh, okay, I'm on channel 9. which is pretty cool. So it allows you to mix and match different characteristics channels on the 72 channel board that they emulated. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So that's the plugin right there. That's my secret sauce. Hey, you spend $300 for it, you can get it. I had to, shit, and it works out perfectly. And I'm gonna show you how. All right, so let's get on to the vocals, man. All right, so we almost to the end. All right, cool. Let's add this on here. This channel right here. All right, so okay, y'all can still see. I'm still streaming. Okay, cool. So now we got this channel.
It's already like a hurricane hit it with no steam, but enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need.
I guess that's the verse. I'm gonna start with the verse.
And she ball when she rise. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. Enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven meant to carry on.
All the other vocals, I gotta get rid of them. Let's mute those right there. It's nothing but a distraction. All right, so we're gonna focus on this vocal right here, and we're gonna start getting into it. So everything is pretty much laid out. I think it's from filter, compressor, EQ, output. All right, so that's the way I like to do it anyway. I don't like to do EQ, compress. I like compressing EQ. All right, so we're gonna start compressing. This is the point where I'm gonna shut up. If I have to say something, I'm gonna say something. But we're gonna go ahead and we're starting on track 5, but I'm gonna take everything on 10. So I'm gonna start this emulation on 15, and we're gonna just keep it rocking from there. All right. Oh, you see when you change that 15, look, even put it like a little stick in there. That right there, that little stick that you see, that's kind of like some consoles. The button gets stuck, so if you want to enable it, you have to put a little stick in there so that button can stay. So you know. They just want to show you that, hey, we actually emulate everything. All right. All right, let's go.
Your physique so nice, like a piece of. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11-year riveter. No games, no gimmicks when I in it. On the bed, on the floor, in the air, so spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. We should never pull on my jockey for you. Put the session in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she All
right, so that little green meter you see right here, that's called the gate. That's the gate that's fluttering. So don't freak out. That's the gate right there. So I'm gonna put that on loop and play it.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna compress. Normally keep my compression around 4:1.
Like a hurricane hit it with no steam, but enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven meant to carry on.
Now if you pay attention to the wave
so
file,
nice,
you see how it's all
like
up and down, up and down, up and down. Most people can now see this is. I hate to stop talking, but it's okay for it to be up and down. Everything don't have to be leveled. Know a lot of people in Pro Tools, they normalize the vocals and all that shit. See, this is where you're fucking up at. It's good and it works, but sometimes it's got shit in there that you don't want to hear, and when you normalize it, it brings everything up, and so you got to go back and double work. So you have to bring some things down. Well, compression is kind of like the same thing. So what you're doing when you compress things, what you're doing is basically you're taking everything and you're squeezing it. And when you squeeze it, what happens to the jelly that's in between two pieces of bread? It's going to come out, right? That's kind of like what compression is. When you squeeze it, the jelly going to come out. So you're going to hear more energy, more beef, more jelly in the vocal. You know what I'm saying? Then that's where you EQ everything out. And if you need to turn something down or turn something up, that's where you come in at. It's kind of like saving you double work. But if you have an ear, the compression actually going to actually smooth out everything and make the vocal sound a little bit nicer and gentle and give it a little bit more dynamic too, if you use makeup gain. So, little food for thought right there.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam, but enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique so nice, like a piece of. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11-year repeater. No games, no gimmicks when I in it, on the bed, on the floor, in the air, suspended. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for you, put the session in.
All right, so I had to roll off some of that low end. And let me see here. Bring up my secret weapon, which is, shoot. Let me see if I can have two plugins up at the same damn time. Let's see here. Let me check my window. Yeah, that's all right. So I'm not gonna show you my secret window. All right, so
in your calendar, cause this one to remember.
I'm using a spectral plugin, and basically what this is a I'm starting to lose my voice too. But basically what this is, it shows me,
eyes the man.
It shows me what I'm doing. It shows me that vocal. This is the man's vocal right here. Everything you see pink and yellow, that is what they call the resonant frequencies. And that's the bad shit. I hate to say it like that, but that's the bad shit you don't want. Makes common sense, and it makes mixing a little bit fast. So right now, you see this little cross white thingy thing. That's actually what I'm zeroing in. So I'm looking right here. It's almost like looking at a thunderstorm on a radar map. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you got this thunderstorm cell at about 197.9 hertz. You know what I'm saying? So basically, kind of like around 200 hertz, we need to start cutting right there on the EQ. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. So
no steam, but enough steam whistle out the killer real hot.
So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at 4 different things. I'm looking at the low cut that I need to do. I'm looking at the mid range, low mids, and highs. All right.
So never need the oven mitt to carry on. Your physique so nice.
So I'm looking at
like
78,
a piece of
rolling off around about 80.
Got me standing up strong and
Cutting
heavy,
around,
finna knock down the walls in your 11-year repeater.
Cutting around
no
200.
Games, no gimmicks. When
and giving me some shelving around 4,000. Yeah, you making mixing EQ decisions that quick. So
when I in it, on the bed, on the floor, in the air, suspended. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for you. Put the session in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she
Alright, so he said, fuck it.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. But enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven mitt to carry on.
So that's the bad frequency right there.
Your physique so nice. Like a piece of. Got me standing up strong and heavy. Finna knock down the walls in your 11-year repeater.
Alright, so no I still got a
no
frequency
when
in
I
there.
In it on the bed.
I still got a low frequency there I don't like. So I'm gonna take take the shelving off right here and go a bell notch, and I'm gonna find that frequency.
Get on the floor in the air, suspended. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair.
All right there.
Wish you never pull on my jockey for you. Put the session in your calendar, cause this one to remember.
Ooh, that boy fool.
Cause I's the man, right, yeah.
So we got a high shelf
when I ease in your 4. Pocket, and she ball when she.
All right. Fuck it. Funny. All right, why stop?
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven mitt to carry on. Your physique so nice. Like a piece of. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11-year repeater. No games, no gimmicks when I in it, on the bed, on the floor, in the air, suspended. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for you. The session in your calendar, cause this.
So you hear the vocal sounds a little bit clearer now than what it was before. So if I bypass this plug-in,
this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket. And she ball when she
up. All All right, here we go.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already.
So
Like
it's
a
a lot of low
hurricane
end.
hit it
It's
with
not
no
really clear.
steam. With enough steam, whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique so nice, like a piece of.
So we're gonna add a little bit more presence to that. So we're
Got me standing up.
We're gonna find that the old school way. We're gonna turn up the Q. We're gonna turn up the gain and start sweeping.
Strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11, yeah, rip it up. No games, no gimmicks when I in it. On the bed, on the floor, in the air, also spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for you. This session in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rise on the right. As she rise, look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam, whistle out the killer real hot. They go never need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique so nice, like a piece of. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls. And
So I just added like this plug. Now, I'm gonna tell you about this plugin. You ain't gotta turn all the way up to find something. It's real good. It's real good. I only touch it like 0.2 decibels. And that mid range just popped out, and the more I had that wide Q, the more I could hear it. So
you're living, you rip it up. No games, no gimmicks when I in it. On the bed, on the floor, in the air, also spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for you. This session in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rise on the right.
So that's it right there, man. So that's that vocal right there. We're gonna move on to the next one.
Rise. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. Enough steam, whistle out the killer real hot. They could never need the oven meant to carry on. And your physique so nice, like a piece of art. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11, yeah, rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it. On the bed, on the floor, in the air, also spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you I'm a jockey for your guide here.
All right, so what we gonna do? Whoop, whoop. Trying to make sure you guys see the plugin. Okay, cool. All right, so
Then in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man.
now I'm gonna show y'all something I might get disagreed upon, but if the vocal sounds exactly the same, it's a type of dub, but they doing the same tone, the same words, sounding exactly the same, just record it on a different track. I copy and paste. I pay attention to the frequencies if I make a little bit of changes or whatnot. But to throw it off, I kind of like take away some of the high frequencies in the vocal.
Yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket.
All right, cool.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam, whistle out the killer real hot. They could never need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique so nice, like a piece of art. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls in your 11, yeah, rip it up hot. No games, no gimmicks when I in it. On the bed, on the floor, in the air, also spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for your guy. Yeah, session in your calendar, for this one to remember.
So I didn't record this guy. I would have told him he needed to fill in these goddamn gone tracks, so they sound a hot mess. I guess that's what the ad libs are doing. But that's a whole different story right there. Yeah. But we're gonna keep on moving. We're gonna go to this high frequency voice to see what we can grab out of there. right, let's go.
Cause I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she is on the rocket. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistling out to kill her real hot.
You remind me of somebody I know.
To carry on.
You remind me of somebody I know. Your physique's so
nice.
All right, so 274.
Telling you. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it on no bed on no flow in the air. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never on my jockey for you got here. Calling look at this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah. When I squeeze in your pocket, and she ball when she
is on the rocket.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already.
I love that part.
Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. But enough steam whistling out to kill her real hot. Little devil need the oven meant to carry on. And your physique's so nice. Like I'm telling you. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it on no bed on no flow in the air. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never on my jockey for you got here. Calling look at this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah. When I squeeze in your pocket, and she ball when she is on a rocket. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistling out to kill her real hot. Little devil need the oven meant to carry on. And your physique's so nice. Like I'm telling you. Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it on no bed on no flow in the air. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never on my jockey for you got here.
So on this hot particular part, I don't want a lot of bass. I don't want a lot of bottom. I don't want a lot of heaviness in his voice. I want him to be real airy, clean, clear, but to cut through. Just to feel y'all in what I'm doing. All right. So let's go back to that right there.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistling out to kill her real hot. Little devil need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique's so nice. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it on no bed on no flow in the air. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never on my jockey for you got here. Calling up with this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah.
So I'm checking to see
when I squeeze in your pocket,
I need to add any.
And she ball when she is on the rocket.
Right.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistling out to kill her real hot. Little devil need the oven meant to carry on. And your physique's so nice.
So see, when we added that hot freak in there.
Got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I in it on no bed on no flow in the air. I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never on my jockey for you got here. Calling look at this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket, rise. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. With enough steam whistle out to kill her real hot. Little devil need the oven meant to carry on. And your physique's so nice, like a piece of art. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, finna knock down the walls, and you live and you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I hit it on the bed on the floor in the air. So spin it, I don't need no confessions when I'm done. You in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for your guy. Session in your calendar, put this one to remember, cause I's the man, yeah.
So we're gonna switch those tracks to bus. We're gonna switch those tracks to a bus track, and to bring those vocals out, we're gonna use some mixed bus compression for that.
And she ball when she rides on the rocket, rise. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no steam. Enough steam whistle out to kill her real hot. Nickel never need the oven meant to carry on. Your physique so nice, like a piece of art. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, feeling knocked on the walls in your living, you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I hit it on the bed, on the floor, in the air, so spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for your guidance. Session in your calendar, cause this one too. Look how she fucking up the sheets already like a hurricane hitting no Steve. I admire you cause you freaky, freaky. How you been? Bounce off your feet. And one come the fuck you just take it so deep.
So what we got going on is some dupes. Show y'all some
Down
tricks, man.
Whistle out to kill a real hot. Nickel never.
So I'm guessing this is the verse right here. This part.
You freaky, freaky. How you bend your back and you bounce off your feet and what?
So this track gonna go up here.
Go fine, hands around.
Alright, so that's another low part. And then
Slapping up your body, man, on nausea.
yeah. Take that. Now what I did was the lovely thing of the same thing I told y'all. And this is how I save time, but I've been doing this technique for years. It's basically when I got a lot of stuff going on, for me to keep simple and how you can adjust gain, staging, and the wave file and everything like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at this waves, okay? Like these three versus these three. These got more gain in it. I didn't record this. I don't know how the hell they did this. I wouldn't have done all this. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the gain right here, and I'm gonna match. I'm gonna eyeball the gain, so about right up in here. Looks about even. Okay, they are the exact same tones as all of these right here. So I'm gonna save myself some mixing time. So basically, what I did was I moved these tracks onto these three tracks right here, and I don't have to mix these. Now I'm gonna check them just to make sure, but I don't have to mix them though.
Sheets already like a hurricane hitting no Steve. I admire you cause you freaky, freaky. Be feeling knocked on the walls in your living, you rip it apart. No games, no gimmicks when I hit it on the bed, on the floor, in the air, so spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for your guidance. Session in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah. When I ease in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket.
So what I did was I had to move those instruments onto a bus channel. Forgot to do that. But I hope y'all saw what I was talking about. Save yourself some time, you know.
Hurricane hitting no Steve.
I know a lot of people gonna say, man, ain't you taking shortcuts and stuff like that. That's what workflow is about, shortcuts. Something I've been practicing for a long time. Like I said, it's the same shit. Why sit there and mix on another channel? We can move that up, make adjustments or whatnot. Everything sounds picture perfect, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. I'm gonna take the loudest part in this verse.
Say your name, karma, so come back around her. I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah.
Same part at the end of this verse.
Since when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. He say easy rock a muffin, take it. This one to remember.
Sounds the same, right? I just saved myself about 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Cause I's the man, I's the man, I's the man, yeah. When I ease in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up.
So we're gonna work on this verse right here. Now I see. Let's see if this is the same.
First night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides.
Okay, they got shit all over the motherfucking place.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides.
So I'm just gonna eyeball this wave compared to this wave right here.
Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling up.
This wave right here is not matching up with everything else, so we'll eyeball that. And that should be it. Oh, a little bit too much. Bring that right there. Yeah, right there. All right.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey.
Pretty goddamn good, huh? Alrighty.
I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go.
So I just saved myself some track counts. But what I'm gonna do is these 3 tracks gotta go bye-bye. Sayonara. See ya, bitch. Alright, cool. So let's see here. Let's go down mixing tracks. This is 17. So what I'm doing now, I'm building me a console, right? So on this particular track, that's 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's right there. Gonna be 20. What we want to do is got a 20 channel emulation, and we're gonna start mixing that right there.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. In her pocket, and she ball when she. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go.
Alright, so 90.
See me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise.
Right there. Messed up right there. See that part when it comes in? We're gonna take all that bullshit out because it just makes it sound like a hot mess. I'll shorten it up right there.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise.
Alright, so what we're gonna do next?
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. Look how she fuck.
And I'm gonna solo this track. I'm gonna solo this track so I can get the compression right.
Pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. Look how she fucking up this. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket.
Now the song's starting to jam now.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. And I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides.
Got a lot of good.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the.
Alright, cool. Still streaming. That's a good thing.
Rocket.
That's a damn good thing right there. Alright, so still continue on. Oh, this is a long stream. Been streaming for 1 hour and 38 minutes. That's pretty good for a mix. Most of the damn hour was spent trying to level this goddamn instrument. But that's all good. So gonna get this started right here.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. See me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball.
All right, so that's 254 right there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that right there.
She rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise.
Alright, so
as she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise.
Gonna put a high Q on this one.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up.
That brings out some
then
of that
I
presence.
Squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket.
Cause I don't want to add
as
too
she
much.
See me, she pulling on my jockey.
Mid
tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. I tell her first night that you and I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. The first night that you and I go cock it up.
Ooh, we basically near. So that's basically it. I'm gonna stop the video right there because we already have let's see. We're gonna stop the video right here. It's basically the same shit.
Then I squeeze in her pocket, then she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my.
See, again, here's the bullshit. This is why I don't like motherfuckers that don't know how to record. Okay, I'm starting to get frustrated with this session because it's too easy of a session. You got fucking hook on at the fucking top, which is like on the first goddamn 3 tracks. Then you had it like here, but it was all over the fucking place, and they didn't copy and paste this bullshit. I understand you want to just record like your little heart out and everything. This the same shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta make shit simple. You know what I'm saying? It's called. It could have been done with this goddamn recording like 40 minutes. If I'd have wrote and ran this shit, and that's just real talk. So again, I'm gonna just do the same. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey.
See what I'm talking about? See, I had to move all that bullshit down. Again, that's 15 to goddamn 20 minutes mixing the bullshit. So, like I said, it's this is the frustration of mixing engineering. Nobody don't want to fucking do. Yeah, but anyway. That's my vent for today. All right, so I'm just going to match these vocals up by gain staging, eyeballing it, making sure everything's straight with it. That's a little bit too much right there. Right there.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket.
And the crazy part about it is like the same exact shit.
She ball when she rides on the rocket.
It must be hot.
She see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket. And she ball when she rides. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Go cock it up. The pocket. And she ball when
Exactly the same. Cool.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first.
So basically, I'm done. I didn't mix the beat or whatnot. That's another deal. So basically, that's it. I mixed the verse. I got the hook down. Basically, everything is kind of like the way they recorded was they should have recorded was all the verses, all the thing, but the guy's not doing anything exciting and extravagant that we could change. So we're gonna listen through this whole track. And I'm going to sign off on this live stream right here. The ad-libs, I have those muted because I hadn't really messed with those. I messed with those in my own time. But I just wanted to you know, share some mixing shit and some mixing skills. Act brand new because I figured out a way to live stream and shit like that. So, yeah, let's listen to the whole deal. Oh, we got some. Yeah. Forgot about our snares in the Caribbean, goddammit. I had to do that for I had to do it on that one little part. Like that track, yeah. So let's check it out.
As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket. Then she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket. Then she ball when she rides. Look how she fucking up the sheets already. Like a hurricane hit it with no speed. With enough steam, whistle out to kill her real hot. Nickel never need the oven meant to carry on. Man, your physique's so nice, like a piece of art. Telling you, got me standing up strong and heavy, feeling knocked on the walls and you're living, you rip it to heart. No games, no gimmicks when I hit it on the bed, on the floor, in the air, so spin it. I don't need no confessions when I'm done, you in a wheelchair. Wish you never pull on my jockey for your guy. Yes, set it in your calendar, cause this one to remember. Cause I's the man, yeah. When I squeeze in her pocket, then she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides. Look how she fucking up the sheets already like a hurricane hitting no Steve. I admire you cause you freaky. I bend your back and you bounce off your feet. And one comfort funkiness take it so deep and down on the ground in the splits how you do it. See me nah, the wine you giving me is so fine. Hands around your neck, give me a slow grind. Pulling on my jockey down, slapping up your body. Man, I know you're making swear I'm murdering a happen. She say easy rock a muffin, take it easy for me. King been waiting on this one. I wanna Rocky and Apollo Creek. Say your name, karma, so come back around her. I's the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until her first night, I go fuck it up. Then I squeeze in her pocket, and she ball when she rides.
I'm gonna run this verse back right here.
Look how she fucking up the sheets already like a hurricane hitting no Steve. I admire you cause you freaky. I bend your back and you bounce off your feet. And one comfort funkiness take it so deep and down on the ground in the splits how you do it. See me nah, the wine you giving me is so fine. Hands around your neck, give me a slow grind. I'm a jockey, now I'm slapping up your body. Man, no noise you're making, swear I'm murdering a happen. She say, easy rock a muffin, take it easy for me, Kingling. Waiting on this one, I want a Rocky and Apollo Creek. Say your name, karma, so come back around her. Eyes the man, eyes the man, eyes the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up. Then I squeeze it, give me a slow grind. Pulling on my jockey, now I'm slapping up your body. Man, no noise you're making, swear I'm murdering a happen. She say, easy rock a muffin, take it easy for me, Kingling. Waiting on this one, I want a Rocky and Apollo Creek. Say your name, karma, so come back around her. Eyes the man, eyes the man, eyes the man, yeah. When I ease in your pocket, and she ball when she rise on the rocket. As she see me, she pulling on my jockey. Until the first night, I go cock it up.
Yeah, so that's basically it for that song. It's a little different. It's not that trap shit. Vote, bitch, vote. It's none of that, but it's something different right there. Like I said, it's a lot of work to do with this because the shit is all over the fucking place. Whoever recorded this, they recording engineer needs to be shot. There's no organization with this. This is what you call a part of a bad example. And I'm going to have to talk to the people that sent me this session because it's going to be the last time I take this shit. So basically, it's not done. It's kind of 50% done. I knocked out all the leg work for us. Just getting most of the EQs and the dynamics done up in the main parts of the vocals. And just getting the music leveled out or whatnot, and getting the music leveled out. The music gonna be the easy shit, you know what I'm saying, because everything is there on time and everything like that. But far as those vocals, it's a lot of vocal writing that I'm gonna have to do in this particular vocal because it's all over the place. Was no compressor used in the chain, no preamp to keep everything level. It's straight microphone. Bad. But anyway, though, y'all have a good night. It is 11:45. Kind of want to do some live streaming on a beat. So tomorrow I may live stream. I got to remake this beat for a YouTube, off of YouTube, something with Tupac. And so I might live stream that. So that's what we're gonna be probably venturing in on tomorrow evening. And this right here, I'm gonna have to just let this marinate. I might chip at it and come back to you guys and let you guys see the finished product of it. I'm not gonna put you through this torture once more. All right, so man, thank y'all for tuning in. This was just kind of like a test run type of deal. I ran for an hour and 53 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. So, you know what I'm saying? This is pretty cool. I like the YouTube. It's very functionable. OBS is working pretty good. And that's what it is. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'll let y'all later. Peace.